Well, I'm doing a lecture about the Bible Belt and critical race theory. It's July the 16th, and it's, you know where S.H.A.LAM is out here? Yeah, it's like we got a school like right next door, and then the top floor, we got that whole level up there. So that's why I'll be doing the lecture, and it's free. Like the first hour will be about the Bible Belt, then be like a little intermission, you know, feeding people a little bit. Then I'll be breaking down what critical race theory is, because a lot of our people don't know what it is.
I'm Dr. Ashley Bachnight-Claybrook.
So we dealing with a doctor, right?
I have to say it. I don't know. I would say it has to help. You know?
You got anything to back that up, or you just guessing?
I'm just guessing.
So sis, what is the Bible Belt to you?
The Bible Belt is a series of states that heavily focus on Christianity as a means of political and social foundations for everything they do.
Good, because you should always know where you come from. You should always know history. You should always know what it is and what it ain't, and why people act the way they act now.
The Bible Belt, do you feel that it hurts black people? Kind of like get rid of the history, get rid of certain things that were done during slavery, or just certain things about our history in schools and stuff like that.
It's cultural, it's environmental, and it's effective.
Okay, you say it's effective now?
It can be positive and it can be negative. It just depends on your standpoint. Preacher man, gotta wait till turn. Gotta get my brothers and sisters. They survive my only concern. This shit has gotta stop. They lock and pop everything they see. Behind the badge of police, they kill us with their knees. Nigga, please.
We look at systemic racism of, say, the school systems, the differences in the school systems, and looking at gentrification, looking at issues of textbooks, even as simple as textbooks, and how race plays a part in how people are selecting certain parts for different races depending on where they are. You throw in economics with that as well. All that is tied into, if you can show a pattern of systemic racism, that is critical race theory.
I say critical race theory, it needs to be taught in school. I think just to know what was done to us, because like a lot of people don't know about slavery. They don't know what was done during their time.
I think it hurts because I think we should, know our culture and not be racist. You know what I'm saying?
It's a psychodrama. Our minds they wanna melt. We got it, take my nigga shit, burn that Bible Belt. This is psychodrama. Our minds they wanna melt. We got it, take my nigga shit, burn the Bible Belt.
She didn't leave it to them to decide what should happen. She jumped all up in the front of the scene, pulled her gun out, started screaming louder than everybody else, and then murdered that brother, man. And then the brother was doing what she said. He was putting the gun into the car. And she went and murdered the brother, man. And let me tell you something, Mark. That's why you should come into the I.S.U.P.K. Let me tell you something. A black man, Latino man, a Native Indian man, you should come into the truth. I'm going to tell you why. Because the reason that brother is dead is because that brother was so distressed by the madness that Esau have put on us that he was at his last wits. He was crouched down like that because that brother was at his last wits. Threats of going to jail, can't keep a job, being disrespected by some white boss, child support coming at him every minute, can't cover his bills, no kind of way to feel positive and strong. Forget about any inkling of justice. Forget about any inkling of that. All your brothers and your friends locked up in jail, half of them on BS charges, being harassed by the cops every day, okay? Every day, pulled over, questioned, stopped in the subway, okay? Got to pull out ID, talk to all kind of ways, watching all kind of evil being done to us, watching the corporations become richer and richer while the Lord's people suffer more and more, and while all the love go to the damn heathens, man. That's the life we've been living in this hell. And some brothers, because they don't have the truth, they go to their wits' end. And when they get to that wits' end, they don't know what else to do. But that brother was still trying to comply with what the cops said to do. You know what I'm saying? He was still trying to. You was going to say something, General? Please.
They be in a situation in that moment like, here we go again. You know what I'm saying? I know I ain't going to get no fair rap, whatever happens here, and be distressed like you saying. And so it just adds to the tension. And of course, the overzealous police, you know what I'm saying? They act first. You know? Exactly.
Are you able to get me up on here? Run it back one more time for everybody to see, man. This here is indicative of what we go through, man. And which is why we need our own identity, man. We don't need another nation to tell us who the hell we are. Right. Don't you never call me no African American. I don't even know what the hell that is. Right. You tell how the hell I'm gonna let the white man tell me who the hell I am. Okay. That's why I told you about that ancestry. We got a story about that ancestry tonight. I pray we get to me and ancestry. We just do not get we just got, you know what I'm saying? We got beef, you know what I'm saying? Because I understand the evil of it and what it means and what it's doing. You know what I mean? And it's wrong, man. It's wrong. Every nation gets to formulate their identity. Every nation gets to formulate their culture. Every nation have their own damn gods that they worship, right or wrong. Well, what about us? What about us? Go ahead, Soccer War, run it for me. Y'all check this out if you ain't seen it all. Get out of the way.
Man, get out of the way. Drop the gun.
Look how close they are. They could have been ran up to him.
Drop it. I said drop it. Drop it. Drop the weapon now. Put it on the ground. Put it on the ground. Put the gun on the ground. Put it on the ground.
He taking it out and put it in the ground. Look, he put it on the ground. He's still shooting it.
Shots fired. Shots fired. I shot a fire.
He put it under the ground. They still shot even more. And that's why the sister came out. Let me tell you.
Let me see your hands.
Can you go back to when the sister came out? Like that brother there, his whole spirit was gone.
No. I'm crossing.
But when the sister
I'm crossing. Get out of the way. Sir, put the gun down.
Look at the sister.
Put the gun down. He's got a gun. He's got a gun. Drop the gun.
Look at that sister right there. You see
Drop
that
the
there?
weapon.
She know it ain't no damn threat. You telling me they ain't know? They trained and supposed to know whether or not it's a threat. She working in a restaurant. And she know he ain't no damn threat.
Put it on the ground. Put it
This
on the
dog
ground.
right here is a damn murderer.
Put it on the ground. Put it on. Put it on. Stop it. Shots fired. Shots fired. I shot a fire. We got one shot. I'm gonna need medical. What? Let me see your
Now
hands.
that's why God killed the Egyptians and drowned them in the Red Sea. Now you know why he did it. Now you know why he plagued them out and turned their water into blood and plagued them with the hemorrhoids and plagued them with all kind of diseases, man. That's why he did that. That's why Egypt is a damn relic now. That's why you need a goddamn bulldozer if you want to see the pharaohs, because you got to dig down 30 goddamn feet in the dirt to find them stinking Egyptians, man. And guess what? That's what you're going to have to do to find these devils right here. To find when somebody tell you, yeah, man, the Roman Empire, the Americas, it was the greatest empire on earth. Well, where they at? Oh, you have to go and dig down about 50 feet to find a stinking civilization. And that's what you're going to have to do because of this evil right here. You understand? Once again, man, we got to be policed by us. And policed by us and taught to police by us. Because don't think because you get a black cop, you got a good deal. You might get killed faster with one because he's brainwashed into think the same way as the white cop. We got to put our nation back together. Y'all chime in anytime y'all get ready.
If I could, Gen.YAHANNA, give Commander Gen.YAHANNA a hand. Let me tell you, and this is what, and that was so heavy, sir. When you point, I did not even notice that woman coming over to the cup.
Mozart,
now that's a Burger King worker.
John.
That walked over to their car.
In the middle of the gunfight, they scream and slaughter.
Felt no fear at all from the brother. And here's the other thing that she didn't feel. She didn't feel the lust to murder.
Yes.
Which is what cops have. Good. Cops have a lust to murder. You know what a cop is like? A cop is like training every day to play basketball. You shoot in the gym 500 shots a day. Sooner or later, brother, you want to get in the game.
That's right.
And a cop trains and trains and trains and trains to kill someone, but he's working outside the Burger King. And he's sitting at a traffic light. He's not in Iraq.
Right.
You understand? But he's training like he's in Iraq. And he has the uniform and the assault rifle. And he trains, and like anyone that trains, he wants to do it. And then he sees the opportunity. What everyone should go look up is freezing response. You ever heard the term of being frozen with fear? Right? Paralyzed by fear. This is something that the psychologists have been studying for years. They started studying it with monkeys and with rats because they realized that people did it. There are some people that when you get afraid, you freeze. We teach men in the Hebrew Academy to not freeze when you get afraid. But there are people, if you scare them, they freeze and they can't move. A cop is going to kill you because you are frozen with fear. Because you're paralyzed with fear. And you, your whole life, you've seen people that do this. When they get in a fight or they're about to fight, or when they should put their hands up and they just go, they don't know what to do.
Right.
And it's called being paralyzed with fear. There's psychological studies on it since the goddamn 1800s.
Damn.
Everybody knows about it. You can put it in your Google machine and look it up. And there are people that when that cop says, do this, do that, do that, do that, do this,
they freeze.
They don't want to die. They don't want to get shot. And now they have to literally touch their gun, which means they have to grab the gun that they're going to die over to put it down.
Which makes no damn sense.
Which is going to make him be frozen, to not know what to do, how to not get shot, and they're frozen. And he's going to get killed for resisting arrest because he didn't obey the commands of a police officer when he is scared to death. He's paralyzed with fear, and he's going to die because of that, because that cop wants to kill someone. Can you imagine the high fives he gets back at the station? Can you imagine? Can you imagine this cat after he kills this guy?
Right.
It's like
she's a female cop. Go ahead.
Can you imagine this cop, this woman, after she goes back to the police station? I mean, the lieutenant is coming over there, Rob. The chief, the commissioner is going to go, hey, listen, did what you had to do. Hey, that was rough out there. Hey, listen, how you feeling? You all right? You need to talk to someone? We got psychologists to talk to you to help you out with that. That's a rough deal. They're going to come over to her when she's sitting down, put their hand on her shoulder. She's going to get so much attention like she went through some ordeal because she shot someone paralyzed with fear. Salakia.
Give it up. You was going to say something, General?
No, and I know that's what they call lawful killing. They put patting on the back saying, hey, that was a lawful killing. That was a lawful killing.
That was a good shoot.
Yeah,
Meanwhile, that was straight up murder. And again, we done seen countless damn tapes where, it's an Edomite, and the Edomite damn near shooting at them, and sometimes literally firing on them, and they still ain't firing back on them.
If I could, sir, that Bundy Ranch. Sometimes I watch it after every one of these. I go watch the Bundy Ranch confrontation to see how different it is when a cop is encountering someone that he looks at like a human being,
That's right.
Like someone who's an actual human being. How the Bundy Ranch people had rifles and pointing them at the cops. Sniper rifles,
pointing them at the cops.
Is talking, trying to calm him down, trying to de-escalate the situation.
Right.
Where's that? Where's the whole de-escalate situation?
That ain't even the vocab
about it.
And the one where the cop pull Edomite over. And tell him, get in your car, get in your car. He said, what's wrong? Get in your car. He started walking up to the cop with the gun. He said, I said, get in your car. All the way until the cat fired the cop. Then the cop took cover. They never take cover with us. The cop took cover back in the car screaming on camera. Oh, man, he shot him. He might end up, I think he killed him after. I think he died, but he shot him. And he rolled up in the grass, and it was a mess, but he gave him so much time. You know,
he trying to preserve life when it comes to them. With us, he trying to extinguish life, and which is why it's coming real close to that time where the Lord gonna deliver this nation out of this hell.
That's right.
These biblical, damn right, give it up, y'all. Give it up for General Mayat. Like these biblical, you can sit on the edge of the water, brother. Like these biblical prophecies are gonna come to pass, just like the Lord said they're gonna come to pass. Just like you've been not believing they're going to come to pass, listening to that idiot in the church, now you're going to find out from the real prophets of God that these things will come to pass. And they're going to come to pass, and you still going to be shocked. The Lord said, I will work a work in your day, though it be told you would not believe it.
That's right.
And that's exactly what's happening now. You don't believe this empire could be stopped by the Lord. He going to bring all these empires to their knees out. And listen, he gonna do it in a way where you going to know it's the Lord and not man. And you're going to be shocked. You're going to say, how could I have been so dumb to not have believed the men of God for what they've said and done? You know what I'm saying? Soccer War, take me to the NFL gay regalia. Because I heard the NFL and gayness is having a beef because the gayness is not giving the love to the NFL gayness like it's, like it was supposed to be doing. Let's go on and get into a little bit of that, y'all. Come on, General. I'm sorry. You want to put
just this last thing you said.
Please,
can I get one scripture, Slocket?
Please.
Jeremiah, about what the general brought out, how the Lord going to do a work in these last days. Just going to be, you ain't going to believe it, but he prophesied it. Jeremiah 23:7-8. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, that they shall no more say, the Lord liveth, which brought the children of Israel out of the land of Egypt. But the Lord liveth, which brought up and which led the seed of the house of Israel out of the north country.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Salakia.
No sweat.
Give it up, y'all. Good. Like, that's a biblical prophecy that's going to happen.
Yeah.
And you can't get around it. And here's the thing. If God came for us in Egypt and said he's going to get us up out of the north country, well, who the hell is in captivity in a north country on the levels that the children of Israel was? Who was brought into captivity in a country in the north and is still in captivity in that country in the north and has to be delivered the same way the children of Israel was delivered in Egypt? There is no other place but this empire right here. And there is no other slave but blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians. That's who the slaves are. So, I mean, you could play dumb if you want to. You could be listening to them alligator shoe wearing homosexuals in your church thinking they know what the hell they talking about, but you out your damn mind. Because what General Mayat just read, right or wrong, General, is bedrock biblical prophecy that's going to happen, man. So, moving on. Come on, Soccer War. Let's go to NFL.
Come on, sir. Former NFL player Michael Sam says says the LGBT community used him as a poster boy and then abandoned him. In an emotional interview published on Yahoo News, former NFL player Michael Sam recounts how his life fell apart after he was celebrated as the first openly gay player in the NFL.
And brother, they played that thing up to the hilt. And let me tell you something. Anytime you see something like that happening, that's how you know that there are forces, just like the scriptures say, in darkness that have agendas. And this empire got an agenda of bringing back the spirit of the Roman Empire, right or wrong, you know. And the Roman Empire loved having a homosexual way of life. That's why you ain't gonna listen. You know me and these conspiracy theories. I think every one about black people is true. I'm like the court system. They guilty until proven innocent. Like if somebody say any conspiracy theory against black people, white people gonna have to prove it's not true. I don't care if it's some crazy. I'm telling you, they killing us with sweet potatoes. Then it's true until Whitey got to bring the potato DNA line for me to say no, it ain't true. That's how bad I think this devil is. I know it makes no sense. A lot. Bible always get on me about conspiracy theories. But God damn it, this white man is the devil of our speech. That's right. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot. You know what I mean? But my point being this, that you ain't going to tell me that Jesse Smollett, Josie Smollett, whatever the hell his name is, that actor, Jesse Smollett, you're not going to tell me that there ain't a hidden hand in that. He walk away from them charges, walk away, and he still ain't paid. Did he pay the $130,000 or whatever it was? He still ain't paid that money. He said he's not paying it. Walked away with it, knowing that they pulled that off because why? They know they did that under the orders of somebody else. And they know that somebody else better step in and put that money up because they did them a favor. That was not organic, just like this was not organic. They made it look like it was so organic that football players in the NFL are now coming out being gay. Meanwhile, these gay groups were the ones all behind him, encouraging him, taking pictures with him, and pushing it. And the minute he didn't get in the NFL, they was out. Give me some more on it. Y'all want to chime in? It's a lot. It says, Sam also... Hey, wait a minute. Let me one day, if I could, Akim. And I say this to say this, man. I say this to say this. Black people, Latino people, and Native Indian people better wake up. You better wake up to where your leadership lies. White people's leadership lies in the president and the Congress. You go to the Arab world, their leadership lies in the mullahs and the imams and in the mosques. You want to go to the Oriental world, their leadership lies worshiping them dragons and burning them incense and them old funny gods they got over there with the earrings and all that. You go to Elam, you can go get them old sodomites and what's the name of them gods? Kali and the one with all the arms and Hindu gods. You can get all those gods, but in your nation, in black people, Latino, and Native Indian, your leadership comes from prophets of God, disciples of Christ. That's your leadership. You understand? You listen to anybody else's leadership and they'll be making you homosexuals and you'll wonder, well, how the hell did it happen when they had agendas? But if you listen to the men of God, you're going to be on the right track. You're going to find out what you ought to do and what you ought not to do to be safe and to follow the Lord and have the Lord on your side. So, I just want to add that as we go into the story. We going into it anymore? We going into it? Go ahead, please.
Sam also criticizes the LGBT community, among others, for not helping him after his life had spiraled out of control. Says he faced a firestorm of public outcry and scrutiny when he was drafted by the St. Louis Rams in 2014, and cameras showed him kissing his then fiance in celebration.
I remember that, brother. It was amazing. It was an amazing, evil thing to see. I already was not a football fan already. When he kissed that damn white sodomite on it, I said, that is that. That was confirmed to me. That them tights running up that ball with tights with a piece of pig skin in your head. I'm sorry. I was done after that. Okay, it was evil as hell. Because anything you do under the auspices of Esau is going to be evil as hell. I know y'all going to be mad next time, brother, when we're watching a football game like, is Johanna around with you? It's gonna turn the game.
Back in Gen.YAHANNA, I used to live with Gen.YAHANNA. and I turned the football game on, he would look at it like an alien was on the screen. And he would go, why are you wearing them tight pants? What are they doing?
That's a lot.
I didn't even tell him I knew what it was. I was too embarrassed to say. He look at the pants and go, they hit him on the ass? What they
yeah, right. What's this smacking on the ass for?
He said, hold up, Bob. That cat just smack him on his ass? Why they wearing them? What is this? I turned the channel. I just grabbed the thing and turned the channel.
Just a lot. Because, you know what I'm saying? Esau got to mess up everything. I mean, if you're going to play some football, put on some sweatpants, man. You know what I mean? Put on your jersey. You got to have tights on. You got to be ass smacking and tights and all this going on. Well, for what? You know what I'm saying? Go ahead. Give me a little bit more before we get up on Salaka, Joe.
If I could, so we have a video of him in the interview if you want to see a little bit of that.
With the Edomite from the fourth?
Nah,
if you could get the one where he was kissing the Edomite.
I have that as well. So
let them see that.
Too. This is it right here on the screen now, sir.
This is it. After he's done. Look at this girlfriend
of the St. Louis Rams.
And they pushed him to do this. They created this. Set the camera up, waited on it, and all that.
Over again for so many players.
Yes. You can tell. Watch when he goes. You can tell the boyfriend know to go on cue. Right. That's a rough one. You can turn that off. That was a rough one. You saw that? Like, that's how you destroy black men's spirit. That's how you destroy the young brother who's turning 12 and 13, who's about to go into high school, who loves to play football. That's how you get him to think about his sexuality differently. That's how you get him to turn to that gayness when them disgusting, filthy, abominable coaches like that bastard Sandusky and that other one that Italian one that they made the statue to. What's his name? Petrino. And the rest of them nasty homosexuals who was molesting them boys in the shower and all of that. Sorry for the kids being here, y'all. But when they was doing all that garbage, that makes that young boy think that being that way is right. The Most High got a righteous way to live out. Righteous and beautiful and magnificent. And this here is against the Most High, and it destroys brothers. And that's why they promoted it. And here's what's so evil about it. They mad at a black man because he had more than one woman. But they spending millions and entertainers and football stars to make sure the black homosexual agenda goes forward. And I noticed this. To get me right on this, it seemed like they forcing this on the black community, on the Latino community. They ain't pressing this on white people the same way. You ain't seeing all these kind of events on white people because white people that's in that gay world go in that gay world naturally. But they know, and they've even done studies and said, out of all cultures on the earth, the most resistant culture to homosexuality is the black community. Am I lying, you know?
You're telling the truth. And you're talking about also an historic plot that other races have always used on black people. If you would like to do some research on it, go do research on the civil rights movement and the Jewish control over over the civil rights movement. Jewish people in times past would always make Broadway plays and put black people in the Broadway plays fighting for civil rights. A lot of those things you grew up watching and hearing that you thought were black were actually Jewish people writing the role, writing the movie, writing the song, and putting a black character in the movie to push white people into accepting black people. A lot of those Sidney Poitier movies back in the day. And a lot of movies that you'll know the names of, they were written by Jewish people, and the character was black on purpose to put black people at the front of forcing white people to accept someone they didn't like, so that Jewish people could be accepted by other white races. The Jewish people, of course, didn't want to be the one taking the fire,
Exactly.
taking getting the
They're
crosses
getting the brunt.
burned in their front lawn, so they would just make movies and popular culture and songs and Broadway plays.
Finance black organizations.
Finance the NAACP
God.
to push black people into saying, allow me to come in your neighborhood, allow me to buy homes. And then, of course, when white people were accepting of black people, white people were accepting of Jewish
and
people.
they would come in. Because listen, they came in and took over the border education.
SHALAM.
They took over all the civil services. They run all the civil services, all the educational services. So while all these laws came in to open these services up, black people didn't get the job. Black people got some of the crumbs of the service itself. But the ones that got to run the service and get the jobs and get all the good money from it was them. And that's how they also became our damn slave masters, right or wrong. It's a damn shame, huh? It's a plot. Like I brought out before, it's thousands of plots against us, man. They got all kind of plots and schemes. We are so valuable to any empire. You just read the history of us in every empire. We are gold and silver to these empires because of our slavery. Like Egypt had wealth, unmatched. And let me tell you something else too. They went and looked up the period of time when we left out of Egypt. We left out of Egypt, Bob. Egypt went into full out chaos. They was having, wars, street gangs was being built up in Egypt. They started cannibalism in Egypt when we left. That's how hungry and starving they was. They was burning down cities, robbing tombs. That tomb robbing, that came after we left. After they didn't have us as labor, they went and started robbing tombs, burning down temples, fighting back and forth. They went and pretty much turned into damn chaos after the Ramesses got run the hell out of town. That thing went to hell. And that's why when the Romans came, they pretty much walked into Egypt. They didn't even have to fight the Egyptians. They walked in there because the whole damn place was already destroyed. And these nations live. They living off of the blood that go in your vein. You could take any industry where we have populated it, the music industry, the sports industry, any industry. Them white people so glad Tiger Woods is back. Oh my God, they talking about it. They talking about him like he's the second coming of Christ. Because they know they gonna make money. Because everybody gonna come out to see this so-called black boy knock that ball and beat white people's behind just like they did with Ali. They love to see Ali. They hated him now, but love to see him knock a white boy out because they knew it was money for the next box office. It was cash money. That's why they put that brother in that they had the rap group or the rapper get together with the country music. That recent one that we talked about last week. They did that because they ain't stupid. They know what we know. That Christ said, ye are the salt of the earth, man. Without us, nothing could be done in this earth and be functional. Every nation in this earth would be dead without our spirit. And they know it, man. And not only that, we strong. They even said it too. They said they thought about getting slaves from other parts of the world. But they said there was no better slaves than us because we could work so hard for so long in the heat and produce so much more than if they went to get the East Indians as slaves or they went to get other white groups as slaves or even the Arabs. They said nobody is strong like these on the West Coast. You think it was just them randomly running into Africa, getting the people off of the coast of Africa? No, they was not. They knew like any product. You know where to get the best chocolate at. You know where to get the best pineapples at. You know where to get the best of whatever it is you buying in massive bulk and shipping across the world. You going where the best is at. And they knew where the best black men, the strongest, the most productive. They knew where the most productive women were, where the most fertile women were. They sat down and knew these things and got together and brought us into this captivity. Well, guess what? We coming to the end now. We coming to the end, and it ain't gonna be nothing Pat Robinson to say. Donald Trump will not have no real estate company in the kingdom of heaven. Okay, it will not be that kind of party. Salakia, y'all want to get in? That's it on that. Let's go. We're going to U.S. military. before we hit top of the hour. Yeah. This is another amazing story right here.
U.S. deports spouse of fallen soldier. Quickly reverses decision.
Right, that cause it got out. It got out. If it had not gotten out, you wouldn't have heard nothing from them. But since it got out, that's why they bringing it out. Go ahead, Sako.
Immigration officials last week deported the spouse of a U.S. soldier killed in Afghanistan in 2010, leaving the couple's 12-year-old daughter in Phoenix. Then abruptly reversed his decision on Monday when the deported man was allowed to return to the U.S.
Imagine that. First of all, your wife fighting in the U.S. military is, I can't even begin to try to explain. Y'all come on in, bro. Come on in, grab you a seat. You welcome. Good to see you, Trinidad. You know what I'm saying? Give it up for Trinidad, y'all, all the way from Trinity in the building with us. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, keep that. That's your security lock right there. Downstairs is open. Oh yeah, once you're done, it's locked. I mean to jump all over y'all. But back to the point. Look, first of all, this here is an amazing story. Here you are, a grown man with a wife and a family, and general, and now your woman up in the military. That in itself, I can't even understand it. Ain't no woman of mine better never walk through the front door with fatigues and boots on, talking about, baby, I'm home from the war. God damn it, no, you ain't. Not in my house. You know what I'm saying? Hell to the no. You know what I mean? That in itself is emasculating like I can't even explain. And then on top of it, they turn around and ship him out the country, leaving his child
After she was killed.
after she was killed.
Killed in Afghanistan or Iraq, or one of them places.
I didn't know that part.
He's what they call a gold star father.
Dang.
Or gold star husband, because his wife was killed
Damn.
in a war, and then they deported him.
Damn. And left his child there who was a citizen.
Yeah.
And did not give a damn about it.
And he wasn't been in America since he's 12 or something.
God, Shalom, I'll come on in, DC.
DC.
Give it up, DC, yo.
They look completely different with that cover on.
God, you almost got to look twice.
Yeah, I had to look twice
to see who it was. Captain Mashak Mayan in the building, y'all. You know, that was just brother, insane. And on top of it, then put the brother out the country. Yeah. Give me some more soccer. Well, you was gonna say something, General? I'm sorry. Give me some more soccer. This is insane right here.
Jose Gonzalez.
Listen, let me tell you this. Every Issacharite, every Latino, every Israelite period in the military is supposed to say, if you don't bring his husband back today, we gonna have 50,000 AWOL soldiers, and you better believe they'll bring it back. Like, once again, man, we gotta have a sense of us, or these people, you'll just be food for them until there's none of us left. Like the Lord said it could happen. Go ahead, Joe. Go ahead, Sako. I'm sorry.
Come on, sir. Jose Gonzalez Carranza, 30, was arrested by Immigration and Customs Enforcement officers last Monday on his way to his welding job, and then deported to Nogales, Sonora, early Thursday morning, according to Gonzalez Carranza and his attorney, Ezekiel Hernandez. Carranza was married to Army Private First Class Barbara Vieira, who was killed on September 18, 2010, while serving in the U.S. Army in Afghanistan. She was 22 years old. During an interview, Gonzalez Carranza told the Arizona Republic he was allowed to re-enter the U.S. through the DeCouncy port of entry in Nogales, Arizona, Monday afternoon.
Which show you they could do what they want to do. Show you they don't have to deport nobody if they don't want to. It ain't like the law written in stone where they can't say, oh, we ain't going to deport him or we ain't going to deport her. They decide what the hell they want depending on how much they hate you that particular day. If they hating you a little bit, then they'll do a little bit. If they hating you a lot, then you going to get a lot. And our life shouldn't be dictated by the emotional hatred of another nation. Our life should be dictated by Christ in the kingdom of heaven. That's why the Lord said, laugh aloud upon thy bed. And why the Lord said he's going to take away our fear. Because you living in fear if you got in other words, my life only exists based on how angry white people get with me. So if white people get too angry with me, my life is over. God. But if they're happy with me, then my life is good. And let me tell you something. That's what make us serve them so well. And we should serve the Lord just as much. And we should say my life exists based on how much I serve the Lord and make him happy. Right. My life does not exist if I don't serve the Most High with all my heart and all my soul and have him happy with what I do. You do that, and the Lord will come and destroy the Egyptians. Bro.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? The Lord will wipe the Egyptians the hell out. And let me say this, if I could, on one side note. What the hell is a woman doing in combat? It is so sad and shameful that a woman got to pick up a gun, and in a country that's not, the war ain't over here. The war ain't on this soil. Ain't nobody invading this country. Why in the hell would a woman have to go fight over there? And it shows you again that Esau has the spirit of Satan, like in the garden. He took away the purpose of the woman and turned her purpose into her being mighty. Why they got them gods that like you talked about so eloquently in your class. Give it up to General Muhammad on that class earlier today. Super bad class about Easter. Easter is really taking away what the Lord did for the children of Israel by wiping out the Egyptians and replacing it with serving a female goddess of fertility that's supposed to be mightier than a man. Like that God that they got us worshiping called Easter, that goddess is a warrior goddess. That's where they get Xena from. Y'all heard of the story, Xena, Wonder Woman, all that comes from that. The Bionic Woman, you know, all the movies. Lara Croft, give me some more. Divas, right. All of that female goddess worshiper as though she's a mighty warrior. All of that comes from that, and it brainwashes women. And that was the purpose Satan gave to a woman. And let me tell you why. Because guess what? If a woman is brainwashed to believe she's to be a warrior with weapons, what isn't she doing? She's not doing the greatest job she could ever do that comes from the Lord. If you go into war in any nation, what do you need to go to war? What's the number one thing you need to go to war, sis? No. Before food and clothing, Marah. Before weapons. Brother in the back. Say again. Thank you, What good is food and weapons if you don't have no man there? Yeah. The food gonna look nice. The weapon gonna look nice. But without a soldier there, it's useless. And here's the thing. How do soldiers come into the earth? Huh? Do we cook them? Maybe we microwave them. You get soldiers by having women have children. So Satan, being smart as hell, takes away, he created gods that take away a woman's greatest job and give her a job like she's the warrior, and in essence wipes out your damn army. For every woman that thinks she's a soldier, that's one less soldier not in the earth. That's one less warrior that's not here to do something amazing for the Lord. So it's damn backwards, man. It's backwards. And it is why it's so evil to worship Easter instead of the Passover. Which especially, get me right on this, General, especially now, while we in the situation as a people we in, now is definitely the time we ain't supposed to be looking at worshiping some woman with the Easter egg. Them Easter eggs is fertility. I think you brought this out already, but I'll just touch on. The Easter egg is about fertility, which once again is another lie. It's like you gonna go to a warrior female hoping that she bless you with fertility, when the Lord didn't make her no warrior in the first place. When you get blessed with fertility by her joining and like the Lord said, and becoming a helpmate to her man. And she become a helpmate to her man. Let me tell you something. Every man, Black, Latino, Native Indian, every man, you a soldier whether you know it or not. Either you a soldier for the Lord or you a soldier for Satan. Okay? And that's why I endorsed that term I even came up with, cult leader. I endorsed the hell out that term up there in Baltimore. Big up to Jeremiah. And I'm going to tell you why I endorsed. I know I'm jumping around. I'm going to get focused. But here's why I endorsed it. Because here's what here's the real life of a black, Latino, Native Indian. The real life for you is you come of age young. You learn how to fight and war and protect, okay, as a man. And then you get a wife and you have children. And guess what? Them boys become soldiers in your army first. They get trained by you, taught by you, raised by you, built by you. Judas took his sons and rocked the world. David took his sons and rocked the world. Abraham took his son and built the nation. That's the first place the warrior comes. The young sisters that you have, the young daughters, guess what? They become helpmates to other soldiers. Other soldiers get help now. That's how a nation gets strong. That's how you build up and become powerful over time. Of course, this time we don't have that time. This time Christ coming. He cutting that time short. If Christ wasn't coming, that would be the path for us. But it would take years and years and years before we come up to that level with education, teaching, blah, 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 health, blah, blah, blah. But that ain't the path because Christ's going to cut it. But that is the natural path. You ain't supposed to give that natural path up. Put your sister, your woman in a camouflage uniform with some 8-inch boots on and a damn M16 and a bush hat. Put a damn parachute on her back and throw the broad out the damn plane.
And it never fits on her.
Yes. Anyway. Yes. You always see them. The gear falling. The truck riding, the gun shaking her while she in the thing. And it don't give no confidence to no soldier. You got a 5'7", 5'6" female, about 120 pounds with an M16 on. She supposed to be covering your back. I don't give a damn what lie you tell yourself. You saying to yourself, I hope she can handle this heat. You understand? Because in make-believe world, war ain't that bad. In the real world, brother, them broads sitting over there in Afghanistan crying and hiding in the holes and AWOLing and running out the military and all that going on over there. They said the rapes was insane going on over there. Okay, now here's what I don't understand. If them women can't protect themselves from being raped by their own soldiers, how in the hell they gonna fight the damn enemy? That don't make no damn sense. It's ignorant and stupid as hell. But the devil puts that spirit into a woman, and it's shameful. And what this brother did, is just dumb. Salaki, I didn't mean to run on. Come on.
You got it. If I could, let me tell you something. And what Commander General Yahanna is bringing out is so natural and so simple. You would wonder why there are so many Black and Hispanic women in the white man's military. Let me give you the very simple, logical reason for it. The daughters of rich men are not fighting in Afghanistan. You understand? And here's another reason to prophesy from the mountaintop that the white man is the devil. Because without such imposed poverty, women would not join the military. But women have to feed children and they can't get a job. And so the poorer the white man makes people, he fills up the military because poor people have to find a job. That's why recruiters come into the ghetto and go to high schools to people who have no real prospect of getting a good job. And then they say, well, either it's jail or the white man's military. Okay. So with poverty brings soldiers. And you're going to see in the future, the more and the more that Donald Trump and the white man force poverty on so many people, women are going to take care of white babies that they don't want to take care of. Mop floors that they don't want to mop, clean windows that they don't want to clean, and go and kill Afghanistanis that they don't want to kill, but they want to feed their child. And so the white man will make us poorer and poorer so he can fill his ranks with your daughter.
and then like on the side, on another note, our sons, you know, they growing up the same thing, poor in hell and being oppressed by the white man. You tired of the police, knowing that one day they're gonna kill you. You understand, on them streets, or something happened. You losing friends is getting murdered, and so you just depressed. And then you say, well, I might as well do something. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting in the hood watching my friends die. I know I'm next. This commercial is on. The cat called me. I might as well tell him, come on by.
Donald Trump was drafted, but the doctor saw that he had foot spurs. We'll look that up one day.
Yeah.
That's sore feet out.
Yeah.
That's sore feet. And he was drafted into Vietnam, and he never went because of those sore feet.
Mm-hmm.
The sons of rich men didn't go to Vietnam.
And then I heard he came out and said, what I look like, something like, what I look like going to Vietnam, I ain't stupid. Or something like that. He came out like, you know, he say everything he say.
Yeah, he say the opposite the next day.
He just come out with it like, I ain't go to Vietnam for what? I ain't stupid.
I told him, let's see them records of them foot spurs. Let's see. He ain't produced them yet.
He ain't even proved he had to.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? Meanwhile, you turn on the TV and you see the commercial and they show some Edomite in college, after the military paid for his schooling. Now he's got his education, and you know he come out with the degree. He got the hat on with the degree. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they ain't telling you. And even back in the day, you know how they used to get brothers back in the day in the military? They used to tell them they're gonna become pilots, and they would tell brothers, "Come join the Air Force. You're gonna be a pilot." Brothers would pile in, and you get in there. They put you in the simulator. You come out the simulator. They say, "Well, you have a heart murmur problem or something like that. We're going to send you to the mechanics." Next thing you know, you changing the oil.
Clean the windows.
You in the windows. Yeah, you in there with a squeegee on. You in there doing his job there. Meanwhile, the Edomite come out with a flight suit on. He roll up in there like Top Gun. Right. You know what I mean? While you on the deck, and they show it in every footage. The Jake on the deck, First of all, you stand on the deck of an aircraft carrier with jets out, with damn earplugs on because the noise so loud, doing this. You a goddamn sign. You a stoplight. They made you a stoplight in the middle of the goddamn Atlantic Ocean and gas you up, telling you gonna be all you can be, and all you can be is a stoplight. Come on, man, you a red light. No, man, no. Something ain't right. You know, man. Sister Larkin. That's it.
Maybe a cook.
Maybe a cook. You know what I'm saying? Come. Which is sad as it could possibly be. Come. So just sit on that. Yeah, let's take a break. We're gonna come on back. I want to talk a little bit more about this Easter shooting. Oh, wait, we can do it when we come on back. When we come on back. Salaki and Soccer War, didn't mean to hit you. Back in a moment, y'all, live on the UPK 50th anniversary. We on the wrap up. You should have been there. It was off the chain.
With the laws, statutes, and commandments of the Most High, and we don't care who we got to come up against. You ain't standing before this truth. You understand? We done took them all on and gonna continue to take them all on. My
surrounded by Edomites, lost a lot of truth to this tree of life. Open up the book just to see I'm right. Reminiscing on my ancestors, on those ships who had to plead for life. Took us to a place where ain't never safe there. Poisoning our foods and put our children up in daycare. Fresh out of slavery, still thinking that they care. Guns in the community, children can't play there. Brothers still brainwashed, we died for that same cost. Took away our history, believing that we ain't lost. Brother, I'm an Israelite, sin is like kryptonite. Brothers won't pray, no, they rob a Lincoln chick tonight. Praises to the Most High, I ain't like most guys. Eyes on the future, but I learned from a boat ride. Tribe of Benjamin, inherited on both sides. Background to make them mistreated and I know why. I'm an Israelite, die for the Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Kwam Yasha Allah, sons of the power. Rise from the ghetto when Satan want us devoured. The seal of the Lord ain't found in church towers. Never dying on my knees like no coward. Wanna be an Israelite, you gon' need more than fringes. You gon' need to show you approve and get in them scriptures. Oh, I forgot to mention, traumatized from the lynching. Homicide, we the victim. Homicide ain't the ending. Kids with PTSD, suffering symptoms, never getting treatment. Something he gotta sleep with. Stockholm syndrome so long, it ain't a secret. That's why I die for them brothers I'm facing east with. Cause I'm an Israelite, crackers better get it right. Visions of my enemies, death flow through my dreams at night. If your mind ain't there, then we don't dream alike. Reporting live from hell, home of Christians and Edomites.
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
While they play the sidelines, comfortable on benches. Catch me on the front lines, putting work in trenches. Making sure our election, preparing for Armageddon. Mastering this profession of prophesying these lessons. Protecting our adolescents and answering all their questions. Teaching the love, their reflection. No matter what the complexion, we got a common connection. A part of God's hand selection. A shot at the resurrection, through us achieving perfection. But to give life takes sacrifice. Battle demons every fight. Short days and long nights. Less sleep and more fights. More wisdom, more strife. Telling everybody that they wrong and you're right. I'm an Israelite, blood of an Israelite. I ride for my Israelites and die for my Israelites. We owe a debt cause Christ paid the price. So who ready to give their life the life of an Israelite?
I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites. I'm an Israelite, die for my Israelites. Blood of the Israelites, cry for my Israelites. Going through it cause we're Israelites. Kwam Yashra Allah to all my Israelites.
Yeah, you already know what time it is, you understand? U.P.K, One West of the Command GEN.YAHANNA, all my brothers, we rollin' through, you understand? Cause these niggas weak, these niggas don't know what to do. You see these soldiers beside me, standing in all black with them shields on post, watching, they all my brothers.
Gold is precious, but loyalty is priceless. I want a man, might leave you lifeless. Wrong with this shit, I'ma need a diapers. Endure through any crisis, cause all my niggas righteous, all politics with vipers. Cowards fold, real niggas hold rank, stand for what they believe and won't compromise a day. Never harmonize with traitors, do not affiliate with impersonators. You cross the line, you gon' catch the vapors. My niggas strong, no chase. Them other niggas sweet like annihilators. Tank full of brown sugar like annihilate. Every time I move, a righteous demonstration. All I deny is Satan. My brother's glorious, true warriors. The labor swore down the death sentence. Can't stop till we notorious. Thrown in my way with a supreme audience. Proud ass nigga get exiled. No loitering around my brothers.
Yeah, you already know what it is. 144 back again, U.P.K style, putting it down for my brothers. And I roll with straight soldiers.
That's
you
right.
See them niggas with them shields
That's
and
right.
the fatigues and them boots. They my brothers. We gon' rule it on the king, you understand? We gon' rule this bitch.
We back. We're back. I.S.U.P.K.com is the website to pay your eyes. Bring in those funds so we all over. And I'm standing in the pad, so this brother come up. Hey, brother. He said, oh, I said, in Montreal. I said, oh, dang. Brothers coming in. Y'all. So, y'all up there in Servitude. And his old squad, okay, has been going up there and crossing in Canada. Like Avon, Ariad, them brothers that going up there. Shout out to them. Right now, we got a brother in the room tonight, all the way from Trinidad. Okay? pronounce your name again? Galawan. Big shout out to Galawan up in here about to throw it down, bring back the Hebrew Academy all the way to Sri-Lankan. They been doing some real tough work. Hey, some tough zones they be. Brothers waking brothers up, bringing them in from. Oh, yeah. Jamaica. Who came from Jamaica? Oh, you all the way from Jamaica? I didn't know. Okay. How you pronounce your name up? Say it loud. I'm a Godwin. Badawan. Yeah, a Badawan. Big shout out to Badawan all the way from Jamaica. Holding it down. Y'all gotta forgive me. Y'all look different in person. Now, I see y'all on the tape. You come over here and you look totally different than on the tape. Big shout out to you in Jamaica. Of course, we got MISHAP all the way up from BC, holding it down. You know what I'm saying? Amawan is in the building. Big shout out to Amawan, holding down DC in the house. Okay, like we do. Say something. That's why it is. Don't let these ties. Bring your ties in. That's the website. You know, handle your. Let me tell you something. First of all, we got to bring a couple shout outs in here. Y'all got to work with me on this here. All right. First of all, I want to give a big shout out to Sister Banah Sharaf. Sister Banah Sharaf put together that whole event for all the children up in New York City. I heard they had a hell of a time doing laser tag. They came back to the hotel, hands dragging. I'm saying they was worn out from having a good time, man. Kicking it live up there. So shout out to her. This sister here got a hell of a different. She's been always doing great work. That's the same sister that had them brothers on the floor. Them brothers, listen, this is a bad sister. This sister's living in a studio apartment at one bedroom or substance. Studio apartment. Now, you know the studio apartment ain't no bedroom. Ain't no privacy in the studio apartment. Now, she got... Oh, Salaki. Damn, okay. Check yours, General. I think we shut them off for a second. Salaki. Okay. So, Banah Sharaf had the brothers, also wife of the mighty Midwest, you know what I mean, man of mayhem, Mawakwa, holding down the whole Midwest. And this sister put brothers up in the house with her, and the brothers was sleeping on the floor around her bed. He was trying to give them the bed, but they said, sis, we can't do that. And they slept on the floor around her bed. Like that's how she nurtured. She nurtured them like you nurture a cub. You know, like a bear nurture a cub. That's how she nurtured. And them brothers now is mighty as they could possibly be. And they love that sister for an amazing job she did. Give a big shout out to her. Also, too, man, give a big shout out to Mawakwa. Mawakwa going through a trial right now. Yeah, damn right. Give it up. A trial right now, man. We praying for you, Captain, with his young son coming through the fire. You know what I'm saying? Struggling and battling. The Lord is with you. The brothers is with you. Your nation is with you out. We see the great works that you do. We praying for you. Everybody out there, UPK, pray for Mawakwa and his son and his family and be strengthened and that they get delivered in this time, man. Y'all grab some chairs. What's going on, DC and others up in the building? Okay. Yeah. So,
That's the UK.
That's the U. Oh, this is all UK? Good night. We got the UK. Is that Parash? That ain't Parash. That's Parash. That's Parash. God damn, Parash. Parash looking grizzly and hard. Hey, look, y'all come back every year looking different. What's going on, New York? Okay. Big shout out to Parash, y'all up here all the way from the UK. What's your name again, Karathia? Who else came in here with you? And Thumb Gabar. All from the UK. They up in the building with us. This is what I'm saying. You got to support this truth. You understand? And come part of this truth. And you got to lace your boots up. Come out the madness, man. There's nothing left in this empire. It's all fallen. And because you do it, the great works of the Lord are getting done. You see who I'm sitting up here with. Am I slouching? Am I playing? Hell to the no. They getting it on out, and they bringing brothers and sisters in from all over the world into this truth and fixing and changing lives and fixing brothers and sisters' lives. Shalom, Ma. UK as well. Most High in Christ. What's your name, Ma? Shamgar. Shamgar? Shamgar. Gar. Shamgar. All the way up here. Man, turn the camera around. Come on, Sidewalk.
he just got that holy name, too.
God. They all just graduated from the Hebrew Academy. Rosh, y'all holding it down. Been holding it down. He like the quiet storm. He rarely talk. You can't get a syllable out of him. And let me tell you something else too. When the sisters came to me and told me, I know they told you, my sisters came to me and said, General Yohanna, can the brothers from the UK read the scriptures this year? Because they read it last year with that English accent, and it was the bomb. They wanted to hear y'all drop that old English on. You know what I'm saying?
That King James.
That King James on it, man. They wanted y'all to go deep on it. You know what I'm saying? Bring the full King James, bring the Queen's language in. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to the brothers in the UK, man, holding it down, doing it upright. You can bring it on back, Soccer War, when you get a second. You know what I mean? Say again.
Speaking of the accent, General, today coming.
Can you gotta come on back. You give him a ride if you need to. Go ahead. Say again,
coming back from New York from the Passover today. My son begged me to find that song on my phone. That new breed with you in the beginning. There's a new breed of Israelites. Just because the cat to start off got that accent. He said, "I died for my Israelites." He loved that. He said, "Play again, Dad."
Who sang that? Who does that part in the beginning? You know?
I'm thinking of brother. He ain't come through, but he was rolling tight with the brother.
What's his name? You know, what's his name? Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, wow. Okay. Come. Most High in Christ. You know,
brothers had him in there singing about Israel. You know what I'm saying? Doing it.
Yeah. So again, keep up the prayers for Captain Mawakwa. His wife, okay.
She's sitting next to the baby right now.
Okay. She's sitting next to the baby right now as they trying to work on the baby right now. Sister Rawafs. Big shout out to her as well. I know she going through turmoil right now, bringing that boy through. Big shout out to her. I got to give a big shout out to Shapana Posh from the Philly Posse. They got together working on that food. I ain't going to run too long, but got together working on that food, doing an amazing job. Who he had with him, General? Did you get some names on who he had with him?
As far as the service, not yet. I know he was using a little bit of everybody. He had some young troopers, mostly the troopers in the 50s. A lot of sisters.
Con. Yeah, go ahead. Who?
Oh, I saw that. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, 50 people serving.
I got it.
Con.
For what you sent me, General?
50 people serving. I didn't know you had that many people serving.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of people. 50 people serving the food for the Passover this year, man. You understand? And again, this Passover, the Passover is important. Now, it's a struggle. It's a struggle to get to this Passover. And the Passover is important now that we honor that high holy day the way the Lord honored us by delivering us out of the hands of the stinking Egyptians, man. And it's important that we identify our nation and our identity and what it takes for us. And if you really want to get down to the nuts and bolts of the truth of the matter is there is but one avenue that anybody has ever gotten out of captivity, and that is because the Lord has had mercy on his nation and brought them out of that captivity. And that's how that's done. Just add more to the back if you ain't got, you got some room on this side, but if you can, add some more to the back. You understand? Like, that's how you get out of that captivity, man. You get out of that captivity because you turn back to the Lord and you recognize his laws, statutes, and commandments. And that's exactly what we do by coming together in that Passover. When we should have hope, that the day will come where we're not being shot by the cops, not being dragged into child support court, not being starved to death where our woman got to go out laboring, washing floors for another nation, that we not be delineated and treated like garbage and spoken to like we're a second or third class citizen, being the prince and princesses of the Most High. We should not be served in this position, but we in this position by breaking them laws, statutes, and commandments, by going back to the Lord. That's how they get ended. So it is a great and righteous thing that we do, that we walk in the ways of the Most High. And so that's why this Passover and all Passovers are extremely, extremely important. And Muhammad, if you could tell me a little bit about some of them struggles, man, that people went through, please.
If I could, sir. Once again, not only all of the people that worked at the Passover, so many different names. The brothers can give the names in a minute. Sure. I'm sure everyone in here even knows the people that served them food, that helped them at the Passover. But I think about the great pilgrimage that the Passover is. Like being from the ghetto, man, like I would never think that I would go on a pilgrimage one day. These brothers here from the UK, you came on a straight up pilgrimage.
That's right.
Like you read about it. You come from the UK, Trinidad, Jamaica. You did something that Israelites did of old. Remember when our King Jesus Christ, when his mother was with child, they went to Jerusalem, brother, to celebrate the Passover. And there was no room in the inn. And they had to sleep with horses. They didn't go home when there was no room in the inn. They didn't say, well, hell, there's no hotel room here. We should just head back to Bethlehem. They went and they were willing to sleep with livestock.
That's right.
To celebrate the Passover. Now think about what you went through this weekend. I know it wasn't easy, sir. Please, sir.
And Joseph ain't have no GMC.
Shalom.
Wasn't no Hertz rent-a-car back in Jerusalem.
No.
Salakia.
Nah, like think about what they went through to go sleep on hay with a horse above their head and a donkey above their head, all because they weren't going to be weak and allow the loss of comfort to make them miss this day.
And let me,
now, please,
I'm sorry.
Please.
Salakia, General Salakia. I just wanted you hit me on something so fast it was in my brain. I didn't mean to cut you off, but particularly Florida. Florida came up here with like 50 people, and they got up here and there was no rooms, and they needed like 5 rooms, and we was able to get them 2 in the beginning. A big shout out to Captain Zakar. Zakar was busting up that school credit card. I started to take that card from him. Zakar banging that school credit card. My heart palpitating that night.
Tell me anymore.
He called me 2 in the morning like, sir, I had to get a credit line at the so-and-so and the such and such to get these brothers some room. I'm like, call me in the morning. We got to go over there. Zakar in there, brother, working a miracle in that damn hotel to get them in there. And they piled all up, had to pile up in one room. Till the next day he came back, got them the rest of the rooms. Then they all was able to spread out in a room. But they went through it, and got up in there and rolled up in that hotel. And that was just one
from California who because of an airline mix-up trying to get a cheaper ticket, he came up 2 days before Thursday. Now, the Passover was on Saturday. He slept outside, slept in the lobby.
Damn.
2 days before Thursday, he went and slept way before the Passover just so he could be there. And think about everyone else out there. Everyone else that had to sleep at the airport. Everyone else had to. I know y'all was piled up in some rooms now. Mashak, forget about it. I know later on I'll hear the stories. Forget about you sisters. You sleeping next to someone who you do not know. You met them just now. And they walk into the room with a bag and y'all gonna sleep next to each other tonight. That is an ancient custom. And Mary and Joseph did it. Mary and Joseph slept next to horses and donkeys to celebrate the Passover. And think about what you did today and how old it is. Piling up in them rooms like all of you sisters, you don't know each other. You trying to work it out. Brothers you don't know, you on the bed, you on the floor, you piling in. Why? Because you are not going to allow the loss of comfort to make you miss this day. And it is an old custom, and you made a pilgrimage. You've heard about pilgrimages before, right? You've heard about them in history and and people doing them on TV.
And in them scriptures.
And in the scriptures. And you did one.
Damn
you
right.
made your way to where your brothers and sisters were, and you made it. Now, a lot of you in this room and all over the world, think about when you were young and what you thought you couldn't do. You thought you couldn't get off of your goddamn block, man. I remember thinking, I remember, you know this, Mayak from Philly. I remember thinking I couldn't go to West Philly because I would get killed in West Philly. I remember specifically thinking I cannot go to West Philly. And now imagine then going to New York and London and Trinidad when a minute ago you couldn't get on a bus that went there.
That's right.
A train that went there, or being from the Bronx, forget about it. You can't go what, to the South
Can't
Bronx?
go to Brooklyn.
You
Can't
cannot
go
to Brooklyn.
Can't go, you know what I mean?
Brooklyn is out of the goddamn question, being from the Bronx. And then you went to Israel.
That's right.
And went to Egypt and went all around the goddamn world for the truth. And think about that and how far you've come for the sake of the Most High in Christ.
Damn right. Give it up, y'all. Damn right. Damn right. And if I could just add, you say something, if I could just add on to what General Muhammad was saying, and that's why being a captain in the UPK is so important. You hold the rank of a captain in the UPK, you got a major responsibilities. And events like the Passover and other events to come, okay, is when you show yourself to be worthy of the rank given to you by the Lord. When you step up to the plate and do what it takes to watch over these people and to show yourself a leader over these people, that's when it counts. It counts when the going is tough, when things get tight. Don't come up in here and take no rank and no captain and you're going to be a BS artist or halfway, because I'm going to definitely weed you the hell up out of here, because the captain in the UPK is an extremely, extremely important part of the work of the Lord. You go through them records in history and do the truth, and you see that them captains had to hold down serious situations. And that's why in here, we want our captains to be excellent in what they do. And when these high holy days come down, you jump in both feet and make it happen. You understand what I'm saying? On the top of what General Muhammad was saying, Salaki. Damn right. So,
Captain Akkad.
Captain Akkad, brother, showed me something. He showed me something this weekend. Captain Akkad, you want to, if you want, please, General.
Captain Akkad, as you know, there was a time I used to handle the Hebrew Academy. Captain Akkad handles that for years. Captain Akkad handled the Hebrew Academy better than me. I'm telling you straight up, and that was my goal. That was on purpose. And that is a glorious thing in my sight, to see a brother do a job that I did better than I did it, and not by a goddamn long shot. Better than I have ever did a Hebrew Academy. Captain Akkad did it this year. Better than I ever could. And he went and organized it. Went started with 450 men, went down to 130, orchestrated a giant academy, all at one spot. Can you imagine what it takes for 130 purple sodomites in a park? It's not going to create much ruffle. The purple sodomites went down to Memphis with 1,000 people. The cops threw flowers in the air and welcomed them. Right? 130 UPK men. The FBI came. The mounted police, the anti-terrorist group came out there to see us. And of course, at the same time, the Lord is merciful. The Lord is great. There was actual terrorism going on in Bangladesh at the exact same time. So, of course, everybody is on high alert because there's suicide bombing in Bangladesh. We're in the park, 130. I came up to that park. It was terrifying. I drove up. I said, we all going to jail today. I might as well just get out the car and just get ready to go. Because there is no way that you could see what I saw in that park and not be terrified. And every law enforcement agency in the world came out there to talk, to make sure that today wasn't retribution. Damn right. That today wasn't the day they have always been afraid of. He had to talk to all of them. Discuss it with all of them. He's been planning it, Doc, for months, talking to the FBI, talking to the police, talking to the Parks Department, arranging it for months, warning them that we're coming out so that they shouldn't be afraid. They still came, and I came up. They were just standing off to the side watching. And he had talked to them for months. Organize the trial also, if I could. You graduates, there are very few secrets in the UPK. One secret is what happens during the trial. Do not ever tell anyone about the trial, understood? No one that has not went through the trial can know about the trial. He organized all of that and did it, and it was outstanding. For Captain McCall.
Big shout out to Captain McCall. Amazing job he did. Amazing job he did. Also, too, definitely got to give a big shout out to Captain Tazariak, who hosted us in New York, who did all that organization, got everything together. His team also, they roll real tight, that New York squad. There be little talk among them, and they be handling their business. Captain Tazariak have definitely, as we all know, shined amazingly in this work of the Lord as a captain in this troop, as all captains should. He shined in this work as well for many years and continuing to shine in this work. And he did an amazing job up there in New York City. Anything the generals called him, and I know he got a lot of calls, he was taking them calls and handling that business out like it was nothing. To where I'm leaving out at the end of the Passover, he's downstairs by the door. I stopped like, what's going on, Cap? He said, just making sure everything get taken care of and packed up and wrapped up before we get out of here. I said, man, give me a call if you need me, and I'm out the door. And man, so he ran that amazingly. Big shout out to Captain Tazariak hosting us in New York. Let's do that. Okay.
And think about how early they were in there. They were in that venue early in the morning.
Yes.
Way before me, and stayed there way after I left.
That's right.
And they were still there. They endured hardness, And remember, Paul said he glorified in his infirmities. He talked about all of the things he'd been through, the different things that a Christian would go through our Passover and never come back again.
Right.
They could never handle it.
That's right.
A Passover is not Easter Sunday.
That's right.
Easter Sunday is where you get to go feel soft and purple and pink and get in there and feel nice, and the children and the rabbits, and it's a happy, fun event. But the Passover is an ordeal that we glorify in.
That's right.
An ordeal that is a badge of honor to have done every year. Forget about the long car ride, sir.
That's right.
My God, can you imagine the car rides that happened this weekend?
That's right.
18 hours crammed up. Kids, think about the babies and how tough you have to be a child in UPK, to ride in some car for 10 hours, crying, needing to go to the bathroom, can't stop, going, pressing, crammed up. Think about a woman that is in the UPK, what she had to go through when another woman can do nothing but run her goddamn mouth all day. A woman in the UPK had to sit in a crammed up car for 10 hours.
If I could, listen, you want to hear something? We riding home, and I look over to my right, and I see the bus from St. Louis. You know, they got a bus. And I look into the driver's window of the bus in St. Louis, and I see a sister sitting opposite the driver on a bar, on a rail.
Explain.
No, listen. I see, it was a sister.
Okay.
I don't know who this sister was. I couldn't even see her face. But the bus was so packed that she is sitting on some bar, not in a seat. Like some, you know how them bars they got all in there that keep the doors and everything? She's up on one of the bars, all the way in the front of the damn bus, while the brother in the bus damn near on the ground full of people, he on his way back to the hotel. I looked over there, I said, well, goddamn. They bout it in this truth for the Most High in Christ. Big shout out to St. Louis.
That's right. I was going to say, natural brothers and sisters out in the world, they would naturally be offended at going through that ordeal.
Yes,
they would be offended with the no seats, offended with being cramped in a room, offended from the trip, offended from everything, being hungry. They just get offended because they natural. They Christians in this world. But in the UPK, the Commander General YAHANNA has told us to be supernatural. We are supernatural, and that's why brothers go through this, and at the end, they all say, it's the best day of my life. I done had it go. Let's do it again next year. Let's do it. Because we supernatural.
Because if I could, in this world, you taught that holidays and birthdays is about worshiping you and serving you and making you happy and making you smile and cater to you. When you come in the truth, you find out it's the opposite. that it's about you serving somebody else, you catering to somebody else, you sacrificing for somebody else, and most importantly, about you remembering that somebody came for your black ass 4,000 years ago and got your slavery ass out of jail of Egypt, excuse my French, and delivered you into your own nation. It behooves you to remember that when you come up there for the Passover. Fight and struggle with us, man. And let's struggle together. Another thing, if I could, another little more of a sadder note. Some of you didn't conduct yourselves perfectly like you should have. Now, you see, if you know anything about the UPK, will we let anybody in this UPK starve? Would we do it? Some of y'all sound like you ain't sure. We would never do that. We would never, ever, ever, ever do that. There was a couple of people that wasn't right. And I'm gonna just drop it.
I didn't know about it. Give me their names.
Definitely, I got a warrant for them already. They better know I'm coming for you. But there was a few people out that went up into that lounge, ordered food, ate that food, and walked out without paying. And you simple as hell because they got cameras all in the hotel. They watching you go all the way back to your damn room with your room key going in the door, all in the damn computer. And all you had to do was ask. You think I would let you not starve? You think I would let you be hungry? And let me tell you something. And to do that means you don't believe in this brotherhood. And you too proud. We poor and suffering together, man. Damn right. We succeed together and we suffer together. Damn right. That's how we roll. You understand? If you don't eat, then I ain't eating. But if I'm eating, you eating. That's it. You understand? If it's one piece of bread, then we both getting half. If it's one piece of bread, then we all four getting quarters. But we not going to eat and let you starve if you in this UPK. So why would you even do that? Why would you even try to take on the spirit of the world and do some worldly nonsense when your whole damn nation is right here? Your whole nation sitting here, and you gonna go into the spirit of the world and dip out of here and steal of some food and shame us. And let me tell you something. And you shame Captain Zakar. First of all, big shout out to Captain Zakar, man, for organizing that spot. You shamed the hell out of Captain Zakar because, brother, Captain Zakar put that whole situation together out, and they explained what their rules was in that hotel lot. And for Captain Zakar, after all that he went through and all the money we spent, okay, for all the things that we went through, for Captain Zakar to be called to the front desk by a white man, and the white man have to say to Captain Zakar, excuse me, it's not a real big deal, but, you know, a couple of your Israelite people, you know, ate and got out and skipped on the bill. Brother, you crushed that captain, man, in all the work that he did. You shamed him before a devil in all the sacrifices. So this cat out been working on this. I mean, and you know how we generals roll. You know we beat him to the bloody piss to get this thing together. And for him to have to come and stand before the white man and the white man be right and pull the video up was damn shameful. When you could have just said, listen, man, could have just made a call to your camp leader. Once again, that's why a captain in the UPK is an extremely important job. Don't take that job if you're not prepared to do the job that's necessary. When they made me a captain, I was like, I went overboard because I took it so damn serious. When you a captain out and somebody under your command, that ain't never happened to me as no captain. I ain't never go to no Passover and somebody under my command skip out on a bill. That would never happen to me. You know why? Because I will already explain ahead of time. You don't come to me with the problem. You ain't about this truth. You're a liar. You're in here with the same spirit of the world. So I'm saying to them brothers and sisters, learn from that. And you captains, learn, take your captain command under these generals. Take it serious, man. Handle your business. Teach the brothers that's under you. Don't just sit up here and get the knowledge for yourself and then walk around like a peacock, you understand, like you all this and all that, and you ain't put the work in the brothers that's under you. I want to be impressed by your trooper. I want to say to a trooper, hey brother, whose camp you in? And he say to me, I'm in in your camp. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see some trooper and say, man, who the hell's camp is he in? And then he mentioned your name. That means you ain't doing your job. You ain't doing what you supposed to do. So I put it on the captains too, General. Because how you gonna shame us like that? We not thieves. We not criminals. We not in the world. How dare you do that? I give you my last dollar that you eat. I'll give you everything I got that you would eat. Why would you do that to Captain Zakar? And those of you that know that you did it and you see this tape and you hear this, you bring your ass over there and apologize to him. Oh, by the way, I already paid the bill. I already paid your goddamn bill. Okay? I already paid it. Okay? And listen, and you want to hear something that's real sad? I had to fight with Zakar to pay the bill. Zakar, when he brought the report to me, he already paid it out of his pocket. He paid it out of his own pocket, and I had to force him to let me pay the bill. You understand? So I just had to bring a little negative on it. Right. I ain't want to.
And it was so rare. Like that.
It was rare. That's why I was so shocked. I was like, what? No, man, it had to be somebody else. No. Let me tell you something. Maintain discipline. Captains, do your job. I'm going to get up off it because I know we still got some good stories I want to talk about. And I want to give a few more. We might run out of time on just bringing out everybody's stuff, but I got a couple more stories I definitely want to bring out. So back again, big shout out to Captain Zakar. Give it up for him. Okay.
You got more names?
I just want to get to the brothers that pulled guard.
Please.
And if we could, to the brothers and sisters that did the vendors and the bread, if I could. So a couple of names, I know there was more than these names, but I interacted with these brothers and they did a hell of a job. Big shout out to Captain Laban, Rose Cole, give it up for him. Okay. Both Natazar and Natazar Gabar, both Natazars rose real strong. South Carolina did it up right. Okay. Who else we had up in here, Myron?
Shamal Walla was in charge of the guard.
Jamal Walla was in charge of the guard. You know he crispy all the time. You understand? Also, too, big shout out to I.S.U.P.K out of D.C. did a hell of a job with the guard. Excellent job with the guard. And again, there was other brothers and sisters. Let me tell you something now. Christ said this. I didn't say it. Christ said this. Whatsoever you lay your hands to do it with all your might, man. Don't be no slacker up in here. Be somebody that's fervent with heat. You understand? Don't be looking at me. I know I got some pounds on me. When you get 35 years in the game, then come talk some shit to me. Till you put it down like I put it down. You understand? Not to boast. Yeah, I'm boasting, but goddamn, I done did the damn job, Hell, I'm trying to slide in the back room. Muhammad ain't letting me. I'm trying to back up off the table, give it a little room. Muhammad like, nah, man, you got to stay on it. You understand? And if I have to, I will. But what about you? Put that fire in this nation, man, and do it only for Yahweh Shai under the orders that's given to you by the great men that's over you. And watch the Lord give you a goddamn nation of your own before your very eyes, man. It's a lot. So big shout out to the brothers that did the guards. If you could, I need the bread.
No sweat.
And I need the brothers and sisters that did the vending. And we'll get the names of the food because that's a big list. Probably have to get that one next week. Give me those last two, and then I want to get one more story.
No sweat. The sisters that made the bread. I want to say Thawada to Ahawaba, which is a vet in this truth, man. Been doing the bread since the beginning. Ahawaba and her daughter Amawana helped her, man, and they went together and went above and beyond on the quota to make the bread. Tahawar's rib, Ayanawa, she went above and beyond, man. Knocked that bread out. Mashak's rib, Izar, bang that bread out. Done. Nayathak's rib, Thakwawa, did an amazing job on the bread. Shawamar's rib stepped up in there. Amawana, the water, sis. My rib, Ratazabaf, worked with Shapar's rib, Naima. They banged it out 300. I ain't even going to the numbers, but they went up crazy about the thing. You know what I'm saying? They went crazy on it. God. Sister, this is Shalaya Allah from New York. His rib Shayla did it up on the bread.
Yeah,
General Cabal's rib, BLACKWATCH, she did it up on the rib.
You had a squad.
Come, sister from Philly, Darsha, she did it up on the bread. And that's all I got here for the vendors. Why did all you sisters, man, y'all made it perfect. Shapar said the bread was perfect amount, and they rolled on it, man.
If I can say something on you, and once again, if you ain't gonna step it all the way to the plate, don't volunteer on it. Don't get up there and tell my op you gonna go make some bread, and you know good and well you ain't never fried an egg in your life, and you ain't trying to do nothing with no bread. You understand? Don't do that. And then you got to
mostly shells.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that to Jeremiah. You know what I'm saying? And once again, you know what I'm saying? We don't have credit scores. We don't have that. You understand? We don't have finance companies. We don't have that. What we do have is our word. That we do have. You know what I mean? What we say, we got to do. Because that's how we operate. So if you're going to come in there and do some bread, you're going to do some bread. And it's a beautiful thing. You know what I mean? But gain a reputation as being a brother or a sister that does what you say. And you should be doing it for the nation, not for yourself. You understand? So damn right. And like you brought out thousands of years ago in Egypt, we had to do an act to show the Lord that we worthy for that death angel to pass over us and not kill us. Because we were still in danger. It was coming and we knew it. And we put that blood around and did what Moses said to show the Lord, I'm pleased, Lord. I'm on your side. You understand? So he could pass over us. Same thing now, man. As we going through these hells in America and we doing these high holy days in the I.S.U.P.K, if you that selfish, you understand, and you that, you know, you ain't got that much integrity to at least follow your word. You understand? The Lord is looking at you. You understand? And you want him not to bring no violence to you or no problems to you. You want him to destroy our enemies. So let's show the Lord that we serious about this thing. You know what I'm saying? And your brothers. You know what I mean? Because listen, I know one thing. If I was making bread and I flake out on you, and then at the end of the night I heard, it was about 200 brothers that ain't getting no bread, I would feel like hell. I'd feel terrible. You know what I mean? And you don't want to be that person. Okay, so Lockie, go ahead. No sweat. And I want to give a shout out to the vendors, man, at the function, man, selling that good merchandise. And the brothers was pleased with all the shirts and all the things they were selling. Officer Yagarwa was running them tables wonderfully, man. Officer Yahweh Allah was doing it up on the vendors, man. Officer Hadaya Allah from Detroit doing it up. Again, Captain Mawakwad's rib, Banath Shara. Her hands is in everything in this man.
Banath Shara got to be the hustler now.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a Detroit hustler. Banath Shara, give her a hand. She's outstanding.
That's right. That's right. And last but not least, Officer Rakar Ariyah was doing it up on the tables, man. And that's it on that, General. That's it on that. I got two stories y'all got to let me run. One, we got to do the bombing in Sri Lanka. Then we got to bring out about the militias on the border that's now trying to kill the Issacharites out. Like Esau is a monster. And you ain't going to tell me those ain't the Lord. This don't happen to nobody else but the Lord's chosen people, man. And so we're going to go through those real quick. We might go over the time, 10 minutes over the time. Y'all hang with us for a second. Live on the UPK. Let's take it away, Soccer Walk Cat. Sure, let's do the bombing first, y'all. Let's do the bombing first, then we go to militia. 5 minutes on each. Clock me off if I go too fast. Appreciate it. Attacks by suicide. Let me say this, I'm a Benjamite. I respect work. Benjamites work 5 jobs and it don't be no problem. Yes, if you don't come in here and work, I don't have much respect for you. I'm sorry, it's a lot. Not that my respect matters, but you know what I'm saying. It matters that you do it for the Lord. But if you put you in charge for a reason, you know what I'm saying. I'm here now. So while I'm here, if you ain't working, I don't respect you. You know what I'm saying. Walk. You know what I'm saying? Come on, let's go. Let's get it, y'all.
One concern. Attacks by suicide bombers on Sunday in Sri Lanka killed more than 290 people and wounded about 500 more.
When did this happen exactly?
It was Sunday, sir. Yes, April.
For Easter Sunday. You mean Easter Sunday with the rolling eggs and the bunny rabbits, and they blew up 300 people? That's the Lord. That's the Lord saying, I don't respect your Easter, man. It's an evil, wicked holiday, man. It's a feast day unto Satan. Y'all generals, y'all want to chime in on this a lot?
No, sir. No.
God, it's a feast day unto Satan, man. Go ahead, Doc.
One concern. It says the victims came from at least 8 countries and included worshipers at Easter Sunday services.
So wait, this was an actual Easter Sunday service? Damn. Go ahead. Sorry,
concert, and included worshipers at Easter Sunday services at the 3 churches that were among the targets of the coordinated bombings.
Damn.
Sri Lanka's president on Monday declared a conditional state of emergency that gave the security services sweeping powers to arrest and interrogate people and to conduct search and seizures. A dusk till dawn curfew was in effect on Monday night in Colombo, the capital, and major social media and messaging services remain blocked by the government.
And see, once again, let me tell you something that you may not know. This world has done a really dumb thing. It was the dumbest thing in the world to take the records of God's chosen people, the 12 tribes of Israel, our people, and to go break it up into a bunch of religions. Islam, Christianity, Roman Catholicism, and all the other religions that was spun out of our records. You don't take our records and create yourself your own religion. In the end, the Lord gonna have all these religions fighting each other. You gonna be bombing mosques, mosques gonna be bombing churches, churches gonna be bombing the Roman Catholics. The Roman Catholics, eventually they're gonna come out with their secret military, the Jesuits, and they're gonna put on uniforms and weapons, and they'll be bombing other religions. It'll be all worldwide bombings of religions. Why? Because all of them are false religions. Everybody is fighting for the world supremacy to sit on the seat of royalty. When you, being in captivity, are the ones that should be sitting in the seat of royalty, man. They over there trying to make Jerusalem the capital and all that. That don't have nothing to do with the Most High. When the Lord's people should be sitting on that seat, man. Go ahead, Soccer War. You got footage? Please.
The bombings that happened, sir.
Please, let's check it out. Shot. I just miss it. Dang. We got caught. Soup.
I believe that's it on the show.
God. Like that is the state of the world, and is only going to get worse because, brother, the Lord is not with these other nations and not with these gods of these other nations, which is why your job coming into the truth, becoming a Hebrew Israelite, learning the truth, coming into the body of Christ is so important. Because while the Lord has got them fighting each other and tearing this place down, you got to wake up to get ready to fix the 12 tribes, just like Moses did, just like Christ did before the Romans got destroyed, just like every empire we ever had to fight to become who we are, which is the Lord's chosen people. So say that. No. We offer that. Go ahead from there.
If I could, so for the last story about these militants near the border, it might be expedient if we just played the video, sir.
Please go ahead. We're gonna say something on it though. You understand?
Anna, the group calls itself United Constitutional Patriots, and they are a self-described militia group, a group of concerned citizens, they say, that are helping to secure the border. And they claim that what they are doing is lawful, comparing it to making a citizen's arrest. But in videos that we're about to show you, one of their members not only falsely identifies himself as a U.S. Border Patrol agent, he also starts to act like one.
Yato!
U.S. Border Patrol, what are you guys doing?
The man speaking in the video is not a Border Patrol agent, but he appears to be acting like one. Here, he gives commands to the migrant group, some of them children, which he has just intercepted.
What? Yep. There you go.
The clips were posted to the Facebook page of Jim Benvey, a member of the United Constitutional Patriots, a militia group based along the New Mexico border.
Well, we don't work well with Border Patrol, by the way, just so you guys know that. That's the media.
They describe themselves as concerned citizens, helping to keep America safe, plugging the holes, they say, for the U.S. Border Patrol.
And
that Border Patrol is tied
because
up.
this is
so
it.
if we
Like, you're gonna go
now,
starving families coming across the border. That's who you're gonna go chase down. Starving families are coming across the border. These are monsters. These punks. Go ahead, Doc. That's why they ain't do nothing to see. They talking all that. They ain't do nothing over there in Ferguson. They was in Ferguson too. They was quiet like a mouse in Ferguson. They was out there with their little uniforms on. Right. They ain't fire a shot in Ferguson. You understand? But these people coming across the border, these tribes starving and struggling and trying to bring their family across the border, fighting them wars that they creating over there in Central and South America. Of course, they gonna roll up on them like they so Billy badass, man. The white man is the devil, man. Go ahead,
busloads, dropping them over here and running up the hill.
The group's actions have drawn swift condemnation from the American Civil Liberties Union and others who have equated the group's actions to kidnapping.
This is exactly why we don't let private citizens enforce the laws of our country. This is an act of vigilantism, and we need federal.
He used the right word, the act of vigilantism, which is taking revenge on people that you hate. Go ahead, Salah.
They've asked federal, state, and local law enforcement to investigate. In a statement to CNN, a spokesman for the New Mexico governor's office said this about the militia group. They have absolutely not been authorized by our office or any other. We are actively working with the Attorney General's office, state police, and local police to determine what has gone on and what can and will be done. That migrant families might be menaced or threatened in any way, shape, or form is completely unacceptable. CNN has been unable to independently verify when and where the clips were shot. We made several attempts to reach the United Constitutional Patriots and Jim Benvey. They did not reply. A spokesman for the group defended their actions to the New York Times, saying what they do is legal. But in one of the nighttime videos posted by the group, a man can be heard alluding to another tactic he wishes the militia could use.
The only problem is if we shoot on the hill, it'll be an international crisis. We're too close to the border. Would save some time though, wouldn't it?
We reached out to the U.S. Customs
What kind
and
of
Border
monster is
Protection.
that? And guess what? After what? The little girl. That's his prey. His prey is a girl 9 years old, that ain't got no water or no food, have been walking for miles in the damn desert. And eventually you'll hear about them raping, killing, murdering, doing every animalistic thing that white men love to do soon as they get the gloves. Like, these white people want the chance to slaughter the dark nations. It's just like the Lord said, it's been in them since Jacob and Esau. Okay. Yeah, that fight been in them since then. And that's why the Lord is going to bring terror and hell down on these empires. Like, if somebody come down there and arrest them for breaking them laws, then they'll be mad and sorry about that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, pay your tithes, support the truth. We'll see you next time live on the UPK, y'all. Shalom.
I'm one west till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. They ain't scaring me. Rip the soul out of Pharisee. Speaking heresy and get you fucked up apparently. It's like they daring me. I said chill, they ain't hearing me. They ain't listening. Every bar nitroglycerin. Hit your heart, bring it back to start, make you live again. Get them dividends, so we start getting ignorant. I be on that soldier shit. I told you shit phenomenal. Nah, but he a domino. So what you sucker trying to do? Rhyming comical, guess it's funny until I'm bombing you. Bring apocalypse to them pussy niggas that's popping shit. Team of all-stars, I coach them up like I'm Popovich. Fuck the politics and the lobbyists and apologists. They vagina, so we gon' check them like gynecologists. It's kinda obvious how the situation is ominous. The way I vomit this and regurgitate for the audience. They start applauding this cause the competition is fraudulent. From the era where niggas smoke you up like a parliament. The flow been stupid, shit has gotten retarded since all the dominance of one west rising to prominence. Cause I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one west till they bury me. I be one west to the death till they bury me. I'm one.
Well, I'm doing a lecture about the Bible Belt and critical race theory. It's July the 16th, and it's you know what I.S.U.P.K is out here? Yeah, it's like we got a school like right next door, and then the top floor we got that whole level up there. So that's why I be doing the lecture. And it's free. Like the first hour will be about the Bible Belt, then be like a little intermission, you know, feeding people a little bit. Then I'll be breaking down what critical race theory is, because a lot of our people don't know what it is.
I'm Dr. Ashley Bachnight-Claybrook.
So we dealing with a doctor, right?
I have to say it. I don't know. I would say it has to help. You know?
You got anything to back that up, or you just guessing?
I'm just guessing.
So sis, what is the Bible Belt to you?
The Bible Belt is a series of states that heavily focus on Christianity as a means of political and social foundations for everything they do.
Good, because you should always know where you come from. You should always know history. You should always know what it is and what it ain't, and why people act the way they act now.
The Bible Belt, do you feel that it hurts black people?
Kind of like get rid of the history, get rid of certain things that were done during slavery, just certain things about our history in schools and stuff like that.
It's cultural, it's environmental, and it's effective.
Okay, you say it's effective now?
It can be positive and it can be negative. It just depends on your standpoint.
Preacher man, gotta wait your turn. Gotta get my brothers and sisters. They survive my only concern. This shit has gotta stop. They lock and pop everything they see. Behind the badge of police, they kill us with their knees. Nigga, please.
We look at systemic racism of, say, the school systems, the differences in the school systems, and looking at gentrification, looking at issues of textbooks, even as simple as textbooks, and how race plays a part in how people are selecting certain parts for different races depending on where they are. You throw in economics with that as well. All that is tied into, if you can show a pattern of systemic racism, that is critical race theory.
I say critical race theory, it needs to be taught in school. I think just to know what was done to us, because like a lot of people don't know about slavery. They don't know what was done during their time.
I think it hurts because I think we should, know our culture and, not be racist, you know what I'm saying?
It's a psychodrama. Our minds, they wanna melt. We got it, take my nigga shit, burn that Bible Belt. This is psychodrama. Our minds, they wanna melt. We got it, take my nigga shit, burn the